Hello, it's Rico Caviglia, your healthy aging trainer and creator of the Ageless Living Lifestyle. And today's video training is entitled All Day Energy the Natural Way. Now, this is one of my most popular live presentations because everyone almost needs more energy. We know it's a really important subject because having more energy is one of the most searched for terms on the internet today. So I think just about everybody, all of us could use more energy, and you're going to find out today why energy is so important and what you need to do to increase your personal energy. So this is not only one of the most popular, but it's one of the most important. So stick with it all the way through. I think you're going to get some really good information, and it's going to energize you, and uh, you're going to be really a lot more productive and successful, and enjoy your life a lot more. So stay with it. This is going to be a really fun presentation. All right. So the reason that energy is so important is because to be highly successful and to enjoy your life, all of your life, you need lots of energy. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory, but it's so true. You know, I've had the good fortune to work with some really uh, busy and successful business people, and they know that in order to be highly successful, they need lots of energy. Of course, you need it in every aspect of your life to be successful, and so that's why they take time to do all these things that we're going to learn today. So you can have as much energy as possible, so you can be as successful as possible as you want to be. So I'm assuming that you really would like to be highly successful in every aspect of your life. So it's really all about energy, how much energy you have. And of course, the main difference between a young person and an old person is how much energy they have, right? It's so true. As long as you have lots of energy and you can move well and you have good flexibility and good posture, this is all things that I teach. It doesn't matter what your age is. It's just if you got energy, you can do whatever you need to do. It doesn't matter what your age is. So that's so important, I think. And of course, well, I already said that, but the true measure of your age really is, of course, how much energy you have, how good your posture is, how flexible you are, how well you can move. And here I'm going to give you one of my really important energy tips. So this is really going to be helpful to you. So many people, maybe this is you as well. We work most people work now like in an office or your home office, and you're on the computer all day or on your phone, and you're using your brain for lots of blood sugar. It's burning a lot of blood sugar, and all that lactic acid builds up in your body, but you're not moving and breathing very much during the day. So at the end of the day, you feel really tired, right? You feel kind of fatigued, and that's one of the big excuses that people have for not exercising. They say, "Oh, I'm so tired when I get home. I don't have any energy to work out." And listen, unless you're a construction worker and you're out there really working hard and using your muscles, then you really are tired at night. So if you are a construction worker or someone who does a lot of physical labor during the day, then you just need to breathe and stretch. But for the people, most of us who feel tired at the end of the day, all you need to do is go out and do a short aerobic workout. It could just be a walk, just a good walk. Breathe, and then you'll blow out all the lactic acid and you'll just totally revive yourself because, again, your muscles aren't really tired, right? You haven't been using them very much. Only your brain is tired. So go out, go for a swim, ride your bike, just go for a walk, and you'll revive yourself and you'll have energy and you'll be able to enjoy the rest of your evening. Real simple. You can do that, can't you? Yes, the answer is yes, you can. So the good news is yes, you can. You can learn to create maximum energy for life, and that's what this training is all about. So before we go further, I want to give you just a little bit of information about myself in case you don't know who I am. Uh, yeah, this is Rico Caviglia, and I have this is an old slide. My chronological age now is actually 75, and my fitness age is last time we measured it was about 34, 35, something like that. So again, just to show you that it doesn't matter what your age is, you can stay really fit and energetic all your life, and that's what my ageless living lifestyle is all about. So my brief story is I've had the good fortune to be a health and fitness trainer for the past 35 years, and I've been able to work with all kind of individuals, just like you, of all different ages, different fitness levels, with a lot of different health challenges, and we've developed strategies that can really bring you back. No matter what, how much premature aging you may have had from physical and mental neglect, we can really reverse a lot of that premature aging, but you can also and prevent a lot of it as well. So that's what the ageless living lifestyle is all about. And so in that same time, I've been able to write 17 books on health and wellness and longevity, and created several DVD and CD programs, and given lots of workshops and written lots of articles and all that. So just to let you know that maybe I do know a little bit of what I'm talking about, so maybe you'll pay a little more attention. All right. So the way I came up with all this and came up with my ageless living lifestyle and all this about how to create really an energetic life no matter what your age is, when I first found out that science was telling us that our genetic potential is to stay healthy to 125. Yeah, 125. But yet we know our life expectancy in America is actually about 80. It's actually gone down this lately. It's just we got to reverse this trend. So uh, when I found this out, I realized that, hey, most people are missing out. That means most people are missing out on 30, 40 years of good living, and I didn't want to do that. So I began to research and see what's the cause of this. And you just see on the screen there, women tend to live at least about 3 or more years longer than men. And so I always like to ask live groups, what do you think the difference is? And I get a lot of fun, some pretty funny answers. It's a lot of fun. So I can't really ask you this on this program, but I'll tell you that really I think what it is just that women, you guys are just a lot smarter than we are, and you don't beat yourself up and do a lot of stupid things to yourself as we do. That's why probably why you live a little longer. Okay. So what the answer is why that so many people are getting old and sick and dying way before their time. It's all about lifestyle. We now know that science tells us again that genetics only plays maybe a small percentage, maybe anywhere from 5 to 15% on how healthy we're going to be and how long you're going to live. And so it's really lifestyle. Even the AMA, the American Medical Association, will now say that up to 80% of all degenerative diseases, which are killing most people, like heart disease and cancer and diabetes and obesity and all these things that are they're all lifestyle diseases. So they can be preventable with a healthy lifestyle. So it's just so important to understand this, that you have you have the power to create the lifestyle that's going to give you a lot more energy and live a lot longer, healthier, productive life. Okay, so next slide, please. So what do we know about energy? Well, what we know about energy is everything in the universe is made up of impulses of energy and intelligence. Everything, in, including your physical body. All matter is just really not physical. It's not fixed. It's not. It's really made up of just impulses of energy, intelligence, and the only difference between, say, the chair you may be sitting on right now and your physical body is just the density of the molecules. The chair is a little more dense than your physical body, and the uh, the vibration level. Hopefully, you're vibrating. Your cells are vibrating at a lot higher rate than that chair. Although sometimes the things that people do, it's pretty questionable. Where's their vibration? So it's all about the level of vibration. Is how much energy you're going to have, and how good your health's going to be, and how well you're going to be able to perform. It's all about raising up your vibration, and that's what again what the ageless living lifestyle is all about. So the next big question is, if our bodies are made up of nothing but energy and intelligence, why don't we always have lots of energy? Well, the answer is because energy can be blocked and stuck in the physical body. It can be from emotional, mental stress. It can be obviously from physical injury, and also it comes from poor lifestyle choices. Like we're not getting the nutrition that we need, we're not getting the rest or the movement, exercise, all the things that we're going to talk about today that you need to do to produce maximum energy. If you're not getting these things, energy, you're not going to be able to produce the maximum amount of energy. And of course, Chinese medicine is all based on energy. It's all about uh, all what they say all disease and illnesses has to do with either blocked or lack of energy in the physical body, and that's what acupuncture does. Acupuncture helps to move blocked energy throughout the body. Okay, I always forget to say this first. So I always forget to say this first. So what do you have to do to create maximum energy? Well, it's very simple. You have to stop doing what's draining your energy, and you got to start doing what will give you energy. That makes sense, doesn't it? But that's, you know, the most sensible things and the most truthful things are real simple stuff. So this should be common sense, but it's actually uncommon sense because people aren't doing it. Even though we might know what's draining our energy, we're still not stopped doing it, so it will give us more energy. So that's really the key. You got to stop doing what's draining your energy, right? And you got to start doing what will give you energy, and that's what this presentation is all about. Okay. So here's the concept that this whole again training is based on, and I'm sure you've probably heard this, and I hope you understand this. This is the most well, maybe the most or one of the most important concepts to really understand if we're really going to do well in our whole life. You know, if we're going to really progress uh, physically and mentally and spiritually in our life, we have to understand that our beliefs and our thoughts and our words and our feelings are creating our reality. That's what's going on. Whatever we're believing and thinking and we're saying and feeling, that's what creates the actions that we take, and then the actions that we take are the results that we're getting. So that's really our reality. There's no one reality for everybody else, for everyone. So it's so important to realize, and the way that this works is everything in the remember everything in the universe is just energy, impulses of energy. Even our beliefs, our thoughts, our words, our feeling, those are all energy. So whatever energy you're putting out in your beliefs or your thoughts, those are connecting, interacting with all the other energy in the world. So that's why it has an effect on us. It has a big effect on us. So here's the thing about beliefs, and we'll talk a little bit more about this just in a minute. But since we can believe anything that we want, why not believe anything but the very best for ourselves? See, our problems come from that we have a lot of these beliefs that are very limiting, that are not serving us. And a lot of them are in our subconscious mind that we learn from kids and from our peers and parents and all these things, and we just accepted them as true, but they're not really true. So we have to realize that we have a lot of beliefs that are really limiting and that are really holding us back. So the thing is, what you really can believe is that if anything's not going really the way you want it really well in any aspect of your life, whether it's your health or your business or your relationships, then you can believe that you have some limiting beliefs and thoughts, and you're saying words and you have feelings that are really holding you back. So it's so important to get a handle on this, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, how you do that. But you got to realize that you are responsible. You're creating your reality. But the good thing about it is, when you realize this, that you're in control of your reality, if you don't like what you created now, that means you can create something better. So that's being that that you're getting that gives you power. In other words, you have control over your reality. But if you don't believe this, and if you think that, oh, just bad things happen to me and it's just random and it's just fate or whatever, then you're giving up all your power and you're a victim and you have no choice. So always believe the very best for yourself. So there's three major components to creating maximum energy. There's, as in everything in our life, it's spiritual, there's mental, and there's physical. So by spiritual now, I just mean it's got nothing to do with religion at all. It just means spiritual just means that we understand that we are all spiritual beings. I think most religions believe in some form of that some hereafter, we're not just a physical body and then just dies and that's it. We actually are spiritual beings, and that we're all one. And if we could ever really become spiritual, that means that we would understand that we're all brothers and sisters on this planet. We're all one. We're all spirits, and then we could actually get along and just cooperate and help each other out. Uh, what an amazing world it would be. But also, what it has to do with energy or being successful is, the word inspired is really a great word. Inspired means to be in spirit, and spirit is just another name for God or source or however you think of God or the creator or what runs the universe. Okay, so when you're inspired, that means you're in spirit and you're actually connected to the source. And we all have the idea of God or source is all knowing, all loving, all all everything, can do anything. There's no limits, right? What God can do, okay? So when you're inspired, you're connected to source, and that means you're connected to the highest power that you can accomplish anything. So it's very interesting to, that some of the people that we considered to be some of the most successful and did some really amazing things. When they get interviewed, they almost always say, "Well," we ask them, "Well, how did you accomplish this?" They say, "Well, I had an inspiration. I was inspired to do this." And even if they didn't realize that they were, when they got inspired, that they were connected to their higher self, and that's why they were able to draw on this higher power, so they could accomplish great things. So so the whole idea is you got to get inspired, have an inspiration about your life, and when you're inspired, that means you're connected to your higher self, to source, and you're able to connect. You're able to create everything in your life. There's no limits on your life. So that's the message here: is get inspired about your life. Why not? Now, I think it's important to just go over this real quickly. Is that there's really only basically two emotions really. There's love and there's fear. And you can trace every emotion or everything that we do back to either love or to fear. And a really good definition of love is oneness fully expressed. That means we understand that we're one with nature, we're one with other human beings, and so we should always be positive, we should always be considerate, we should always be helpful. And when you're in love, you can accomplish anything, and you're feeling alive and positive. But when you're in fear, fear is visualizing what you don't want, right? It's usually things of, now sometimes obviously fear, if you're being chased by a grizzly bear, well then you need to be in fear, and so your adrenal glands can kick on so you can run fast and do what you need to do. So fear has its value, but for the most part, all the things that we're all worried about or we're stressed out about, we're concerned about, it's just visualizing things that we don't want. And all the success and spiritual teachers that I've studied saying that's when we struggle in life. It's when we're thinking about or focusing on what we don't want in our life instead of thinking about what we do want. So when you're thinking about what you don't want, that's being in fear, right? And when you're thinking about what you do want, that's that's exciting. That's optimistic. That's being in love. So you got to try and stay in love and stay out of being in fear. Now, uh, so I've heard a great saying. It says, "Stay in love because that's where God is." All right. So let's go into the mental component now. Now, the mental component again is just what you're thinking and you're feeling and you're saying it, right? And this again, this is what's really creating the action that you take, and that's creating your reality. So anything, any kind of negative thoughts or feelings or beliefs, or if you're angry, or if you're complaining about your life, if you're blaming the government or the economy or other people on things aren't going so well for you, it's all negative. It's all being in fear. It's if you're being judgmental or you have regrets or you're feeling lack or guilt or feel like a victim, those are all fear-based things. And what does that do? That really drains your energy. This is a really important concept to get. This is actually the biggest thing that's really draining our energy. Think about this. If you're unhappy or you're feeling depressed or you're feeling negative or you're complaining, are you feeling really energized and alive, energy? No, you're feeling real. People hang their head down and they're all bad look on their face and they're not breathing and they have no energy, right? So this is so important to understand. Anytime you catch yourself, well, I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Just realize that anytime you're in negative, you're being negative thoughts or you're angry or any of these things, you're in fear, and that's really draining your energy. You got to get out of that. You got to get out of fear, get back into love. Okay? Real simple concept. So now the physical. So the physical, there's actually the physical is really really a big part of what I teach in my ageless living lifestyle, and I kind of boiled it down to these are the seven essentials of of living. These are the things that we're doing all the time just to stay alive. We are having beliefs and thoughts, right? We have to breathe, we have to drink, we have to eat, we have to eliminate waste products, we have to move, and we have to rest. Those are all the things that we're already doing, but most of the time we haven't really learned to master these seven things. And so that's what the ageless living lifestyle is all about. And that's how that we're going to create maximum energy by learning how to master these things a little bit better. So the first one, again, is belief. Believe, and then you think, and then you feel. So here's what I want to tell you what you need to do about your beliefs. So anytime that you catch yourself, this is about awareness. That's what awareness is all about. Just being aware of what you're thinking and what you're believing and what you're saying and what you're feeling is so important. So whenever you catch yourself in any kind of fear-based thoughts, any kind of negativity, you got to go, oh, wait a minute. This is what I do. I catch myself all the time and I go, wait a minute, it's not serving me. It doesn't, it's just wasting your time. It's not serving you and it's bringing you down, it's draining your energy. So you just catch yourself and you just say shift and just shift into thinking about what you want, all the positive, being grateful, all the positive things that's going on in your life. And I guarantee you, things for most people, for the vast majority of people, especially here in America, we have way more positive, good things in our life than we have negative things. So keep your attention, just shift your attention back to what you want. You'll raise up your energy and you'll feel good and you'll be a lot more productive. It's as simple as that. It's just awareness. Just catch yourself. You can do this. Okay, now we got to breathe. Of course, the most important thing in our life is oxygen, right? We can only live about 4 to 5 minutes, so you got to deep breathe on a regular basis. Learn how to do some deep breathing. Relax your stomach muscles, breathe all the way up, fill up your lungs, and then when you blow it all the way back out, you pull your abdominal muscles in, push all the old stale air out, and get the maximum amount of oxygen you can into your body because every metabolic function in our body is really geared towards producing energy. We are a heat producing energy machine, and every metabolic function requires oxygen. That's why one person can last longer in doing any kind of a movement or any kind of physical activity because they've learned to get more oxygen and learn how to extract more oxygen out of the bloodstream and get it into the muscles. So that's the first thing is learn how to breathe. I highly recommend you take some yoga class or study, learn how to do some breathing exercises. These days, there's absolutely no excuse for not learning anything, right? We live in this amazing time of Google where anything you want to know, just Google it. Google energizing breathing techniques, and you'll find all kind of stuff, and you just got to do it. Okay, you can do that again. Yes, yes, you can. Now, water also. Our cells need to be hydrated. Again, we can only live maybe a few weeks or so without water. So again, every metabolic function in our body requires lots of water and hydration. So make sure you're drinking on a regular basis, some purified water, and just keep a nice water bottle with you. Don't drink out of those little plastic water bottles. Not only are they polluting our planet, but they're so thin plastic and they're made of chemicals. And if they get overheated, they get in the sun, those chemicals leach into your water. You don't want to drink out of those. Get yourself a nice stainless steel or polycarbonate water bottle and keep it filled with uh, uh, filtered water and just drink it on a regular basis. Every hour you should be drinking. If you actually feel like you're really thirsty, you've already got a little bit dehydrated. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep your energy up. Okay. Now, you've got to eliminate. This is kind of a funny picture, but it's so true. You shouldn't have to be sitting there reading the paper. You should be able to go in there and boom, and take care of your business. Now, if you're not having at least 1 to 2 really good bowel movements every day, you are constipated, and that's a serious condition. If you're not getting all that toxic material out of your body regularly as fast as you possibly can, ideally after every meal, you should actually have three a day. Some of those toxins can be reabsorbed in the large intestine, in the colon, and get back into your bloodstream and cause you a lot of problems. So, but here's the thing: you won't have it if you master all the other six things. If you're having good positive thoughts and you're breathing, you're drinking, you're eating healthy food, and you're moving, and you get enough rest, all these things, you won't have any problem with elimination. Okay, so that shouldn't be a problem for you at all. But make sure that you're having it. Okay, move. You got to move your body. You definitely have to move your body. Uh, it's just so I don't know what to say. It's just so amazing that that people just become so sedentary in their life. Uh, I have this friend. He has this website. It's called Never Leave the Playground, and that's so cool. I go down to the park here in San Diego. I do a lot of my own personal workouts down at the park, and there's some big playground type equipment and stuff that you can actually do workouts on as well. It's not just for kids. And I go down there and I'm doing some workouts, and I see these parents coming with their kids, and their kids are all excited. They're woohoo at the playground. They're running, they're jumping, having a great time. And here's the parents are sitting down on their fat butt. Excuse me for that, but it's true for most of them. And they're looking at their cell phone. And I want to go over and just almost yell at them, say, "Hey, what are you doing? Why aren't you out there exercising and getting some exercise and having some fun, moving your body? You're going to feel so much better." I mean, we all know the benefits of exercise. I don't have to go into that. And if it's just, why aren't people doing it? It's not that difficult. So the whole idea is every day you got to do some type of aerobic exercise. You got to get out and walk or swim or ride your bike or move or go to the playground, do something, dance every day. You know, uh, energy is like money. You have to spend some to get some. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay. Uh, it's just I don't know. Being a personal trainer all these years, we, you always wonder why people have a hard time sticking with an exercise program. I just want to mention here that I created a fitness tool called the Vitality Stick. I filmed 4 personal training videos to show you how to do an aerobic workout. You need to do a little strength workout at least 2 or 3 times a week. You need to stretch every day to keep your body alive and energized. And so I filmed these personal training videos that are 20 minutes or less. So it shows you how you can do a complete full body exercise program, fitness program that only takes 20 minutes or less. And it's not about beating yourself up. It's something you can do at home easily. So I tried to uh, answer all the excuses people have that they don't have time or they don't know what to do, they haven't had success in the past, or it's not fun. So I think this program answers all those things. So if you're interested in that, go check it out at vitalitystick.com. So you just got to move it or lose it. It's simple as that. If you want to be energetic, you got to go out and spend some energy. You know what? I think we missed something here. I think we missed nutrition. How do we do that? Drink, breathe, drink. Should be eat next. Wow, what happened to the eat slide? Okay, move. Let's see, move. Okay, and then we're on to rest. Oh, somehow a slide got lost. Okay, we'll talk about rest and then we'll come back and talk about eat, about the nutrition one. So now rest. Rest is so important. As you know, these days, so many people are not getting enough sleep, and people are all so stressed out and they're not getting enough rest. And we now know that sleep is the most important thing for really recharging your body and having energy. Think about this. You actually can go, people can go on a fast, eating very little foods or drinks or juices for actually for weeks and months, and they still have energy and they're functioning. But how long can you go without sleep? Maybe a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, and then your body just shuts down, right? You see, sleep is so important. We have to rest so we can shift our metabolism into repair and rejuvenation over in the evening. So if we're constantly not getting enough rest and not giving enough chance for our body to rejuvenate itself, the body just shuts down. We have to rest our brain. We got to rest our whole body. So you have to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep if you're going to have a lot of energy and you're not going to be prematurely aging yourself. There's actually been studies now, cognitive studies, that they give to people when they got 7 or 8 hours sleep, and then they give to when they got 6 hours or 5 hours or 4 hours. And for every hour that you got less sleep than 7 hours, your ability to solve these problems or your score on these cognitive tests was less. So even though a lot of people say, "Oh, I can function fine on 4 hours, 6 hours," they're fooling themselves. You really can't. You really can't. So sleep is so important. You've got to get your rest. That's really a big one here. Okay, okay, but now before we hit the fun, I got to go back, and I don't know what happened to our slide here. But there's another slide was eat, right? We have to eat food, right? Food is, I have a saying, food is for energy, food is for healing, and food is for enjoyment. So choose it wisely. So real quickly, nutrition is, of course, a subject that's kind of complex, and you can actually, we could actually, it's a whole weekend workshop, right? I'm trying to look for my thing about food here, nutrition. So I'm going to boil it down to make it real simple. It's real simple. It's my very first book, my hard copy book that I wrote almost 20 years ago. It's called Real Food, Real Fast. It's how to make healthy fast food. But really, it's about eating real food. It's real simple. Real food is what's grown in nature. It's organic vegetables and fruits and nuts and seeds and some whole grains and some healthy animal products that are raised naturally, not in a cage or a pen, and they're not fed hormones and chemicals, and they're not force fed, and they're not all these genetically modified grains. They're raised naturally as they would if they were out, just in the wild. So it's real simple. You got to eat real food. You got to make at least 80 to 90% of your diet eating real live foods, and try to make it up to 50% raw food. Raw food is so much more nutritious because it's not, when you heat foods, you lose some of the enzymes and some of the vitamins and minerals that are important for that your body needs to function well. So try and eat as much raw food as you can. Eat real food. It's real simple. One tip is the majority of the real food when you go into a market, it's around the perimeters. The fruits and the vegetables and the whole grains and the animal products, and anything that comes in a box or a can or a package that's got a label of all these ingredients. Those are the things that I'm not saying these days we do have some pretty healthy packaged foods so you can have some of those you can incorporate into your diet, but read the label. If it has all these chemicals and it has all these genetically modified things in it, and it has all these uh, preservatives and dyes and all these big chemical names, you don't know what they are, you don't want to put that into your body. So just real simply, if you want to have energy, you got to eat energizing food, and that's real live foods. One last point is, if you've ever felt uh, like tired after you ate a meal, we all have, right? So there's two basic reasons. Either you ate too much, which is definitely a problem, so all that you overate, so all that blood has to rush down to your stomach to help handle all that overload. Or what commonly is, if you're eating devitalized, highly processed, fast junk food, which is so low in energy to begin with, you can actually be on a negative. You see, it takes a certain amount of energy to digest and absorb and then eliminate the waste products for any food that you eat. So if you're eating some food that's so low, like a lot of this fast junk food, in nutrients, you can actually be on a negative. So what you eat actually drains your energy instead of giving you energy. You see, the reason we eat basically is for energy. So after you eat, you should feel good, feel energized. So don't overeat because that just slows you down. You should quit eating before you feel too full or slowed down. You should have energy after you eat. So hope that makes a lot of sense to you. So the last thing here is we want to have fun. Nothing energizes us more than being out with our friends and laughing and smiling and having a good time and doing things that are fun. And I speak to a lot of groups, and sometimes I'll ask people to raise your hand if you're having a lot of fun in your life. And a lot of people don't raise their hand. And I've actually talked to a lot of people, and I don't know how this happened, but some people become so stressed in their life that they don't even know what fun would be. They're so into that. Oh, they got to do this, got to do this. Oh, this happened. I don't know what's going to. And they're so stressed out that they don't take time to have fun. And some people, they don't even really know what fun would be anymore. And it's just so ridiculous, right? Our life should be fun. Yeah, we're going to have challenges, of course. That's how we grow and learn. That's good. Challenges are our blessings. But you got to have fun, enjoy yourself. That's one of the biggest things that'll keep you energized and also keep you living a long, healthier, energetic life. So don't forget to have fun. So that is basically it. That's how you're going to have energy all of your life. So you got to stop, having these negative thoughts that are draining your energy. You got to stop, you know, uh, uh, eating all these low energizing foods. You got to make sure you get enough sleep. You got to make sure you're moving your body. and you got to go out and enjoy your life and have fun. And those things are the most important things that are really going to give you energy. You know, I didn't mention, but I forgot to mention about these energy drinks and all these things. Energy drinks do not give you energy. They're stimulants. They just have caffeine and they have sugar and they have these herbal stimulants. And what they do, they just kind of jack you up for a little bit and give you a little buzz, then they let you right down. So if you're taking these things that are so-called energy drinks, they're actually depleting your energy long term. They're going to cause more fatigue in it. So you don't. There's no pills. You don't need any pills or any kind of drinks. You need to breathe and do all the things that we just discussed. We need to learn to master those 7 essentials of life, and you'll be have lots of energy. So that's it. So stay energetic for life, and you'll never get old. So be bold, never be old, and thanks very much for watching.